I'm going to take 3 bikes out today. I'm going to take the Rocket 3 for a short ride. Then I'm going to take the 660, I guess. Then I'm going to take this blue new Tiger 900 out. Try it. The first few feet, the big girl feels pretty light on her feet. Mid controls are good. I'm a little leaning forward just a little bit on it. I like the little TFT, and the styling's not that great, but the information's not that bad. Got a nice sound to it, not loud. Does not have a shift assist. It's pretty tight on those bumps. Smooth. The gas tank doesn't allow you to pull your legs in a lot, but it doesn't make them spread out either, like Bill's Moto Guzzi. Mirrors are clear. Good position. Front brake has a nice bite to it. The front is feels pretty light on this bike. I wouldn't, with that big wheel on it, I wouldn't expect it to be that light. Suspension's a little tighter than I thought it would be, but I don't know what it's adjusted to. I did see the fold-out foot peg thing in some videos I watched. It's pretty neat. I like that. Tucks back out of the way pretty well. I like the looks of the exhaust. They're on the short side, but I like the way they look on this bike. It looks like there's adjustment underneath here for the, looks like for the preload anyway, right in here. But that looks electronic, so I'll have to ask Tony about that. I'm not real sure how you do that, but it looks good on both sides. Yeah, I see the cruise control, turn signals, and this flips up to the screen. Looks like it's got a little DIN port right here. So I think I like the mid controls. I think for bars, for me, I'd have to have more of the GT. So I don't know whether you get a Roadster and put GT stuff on it, or you get a GT and put the Roadster pegs on it. That's a good question. Start back up to the motor stock shop. Get back out on my driveway. It's be a good test for me. Got both feet mostly on the ground here, I think. A little lower than my Tiger 900. Pretty easy to maneuver there. Yeah, Mr. Bill, I think maybe these new ones shift better, handle better. I don't know how much. They run really good, so I think I like the new ones a little bit better than the old ones for sure. Those who don't regularly watch my channel, you need to watch the video that I made about my final few hours. You won't believe what happened at the end of my Colorado trip. That'll explain a lot about what I'm test riding bikes today. For those who do, some of you suggested, this is one of the bikes you suggested. I'm going to ride one of the other bikes you didn't suggest, but I'm going to be interested in it. Then the third bike today I'm going to ride is just a newer version of the GT Pro. So we're going to ride the 660 over here, and they make it 660 with the bags, which is pretty nice. So I want to try this one. I haven't sat on it. Oh, feels good sitting on it. Good seat to peg for an old guy. Handlebars come up. It's got a clutch, just a normal clutch, and looks like we got. You guys are probably more familiar with the specs than I am. We got an adjustable windscreen there. So let's take this out a little bit. Okay. So let's head out. The little TFT's not large, but it's easy to see the RPMs in the speedometer, so that's good. Got the gear indicator, fuel gauge right there. There's the blinkers. It's got a little snap to it. Pretty quiet. You don't have that, could not hear that triple intake. Mirrors are really good for me. I think maybe bigger riders might have a little problem. Front brake's got a nice little bite to it. Rear brake's okay. You know, when I say okay, that does not necessarily be a bad thing, because okay in the rear brake, I don't want them real tight on the rear brake. Leg position, it's not too wide at the front. Okay, this bike does not have cruise control on it. Does not have electric hand grips on it. The seat is rather firm. You have to ride it to tell whether that firmness translates to being uncomfortable, but it is rather firm, but it's very flexible, and you can tell it's a lightweight bike. Suspension, a little bit more compliant than the Rocket 3 was, as far as the jolts and hitting the bumps. But to be fair with the Rocket 3, I did not adjust the suspension. So not too many electronic goodies on this. This is basically a simple bike. It's a light bike. You could, we got saddlebag, so you could do a little touring on it, I think, at least solo. I'm not too real sure. Yeah, that's where that comes up. I'm not too really sure that you could do it two accommodations. Well, I'll do a walk around. You can see that. Let's do a walk around. This is a little dirty, but you can see that it's got a nice little TFT on it. Nice and bright. Shows you everything you need to know. Get your control pad over here, and you get your, I guess your, what is it, the mode button right there. You get your horn tucked in. A little hard to use, in my opinion, but it's got everything that you need for a basic motorcycle. Looks like you can adjust your preload right here. The rear sprocket on it is kind of humongous, so that just, I think it's kind of geared for the Sprint. Looks like it's got some Michelin Road vibes on it, I think. The seat height from here to here is actually excellent. I guess the drawbacks in this would be a little less power. You could put your bags on here and you could tour solo. I don't think it'd be a two-up bike that you could do any touring on, but I think it's got enough power to do solo. The Nissan brakes, they work nicely. I mean, there's nothing wrong with them. So, all in all, this is a really nice bike. Fix the screen for him. Got a very good feel to the bike. Rear brakes a little bit on this one, so a little bit not, a little bit wooden on this one. Front brake's fine. Alright, I think I got the screen set up fine. So it's showing it like it should do. I don't know how it was and why I couldn't do it before. I think it's just a little bit different way of getting to it. But it's working fine now. So let's take it back. I'm right back at home here. I think I like this is better than the other two. I got the, as you can see, I got the display set up like I like it. It's just a little bit different getting to it than it was on mine. But now that I figured it out, it's good to go. I think maybe, I think a little back brake needs some bedding in or cleaning or something. Seems like it's not quite as strong as it should be. Front brakes are just fine. So this has got the shift assist on it, which you can, like that. Oh yeah, that's easy. Then got the heated hand grips, heated seat for the passenger and rider. It's got fog lights. It's nice and smooth. I liked it. I think my wife liked it too. Other than these Michelin Torrens tires on it. My God, Triumph. What are you thinking? Might as well put knobbies on it. They're not that bad, but they're not a Road 6. Join me and my friends at Flat Cap Cafe Racer for riding and racing. Please subscribe.